Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me finish.
Welcome to Let Me Finish, the weekly podcast where we discuss what the hell's going on in pop culture, current events, and everything else in between.
We are your hosts. I'm Janice.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Jillian. Grab a glass of wine and let's get started.
Okay. We are back with another episode of Let Me Finish. We're on episode 26. Welcome.
Wow.
I'm your host. I'm Janice.
I'm Jillian.
I'm Stacy.
Okay, but guys, this week, just to kind of talk about a little bit about what we went through or what happened. My week was pretty chill. I don't know about y'all's, but I mean, my work week's always hectic. But in general, I didn't go out. I came home. I've been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, starting from season 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, because I want to get back into it.
You're
with
way.
Kim Zolciak.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because that was like literally the reason why I used to watch, and and now I remember why. The girl is so full of shit.
She is. She's hilarious. I used to love.
She's
but
hilarious.
I used to love me some Kim back in the day, though.
I still love
did.
her, and I think it's you love her because she's so damn entertaining. Because she just, I've never seen a person so into themselves.
Wig.
But be so
Hey,
like,
wig.
Yes.
But only thing is
Weird.
that
She
I love
calls
to
her
hate
wig.
Kim. I always loved Nene. I love to hate Kim. And
love to hate Kim.
when I went back and actually looked at the episodes, I would have to say her wig game has definitely stepped up because I'm like,
Yes.
they look so synthetic.
Her wig back in the day?
first season, it looked like straight plastic.
Straight Party City wigs.
Girl.
Halloween
and then
wigs.
the guy was talking to her, and she's talking about, well, she goes, I wear a new wig every day. I see why.
Bro, her wigs.
Those things didn't go past no 24 hours.
Girl.
Those look like some Barbie wigs.
Dude.
Okay. So when she got her wig line, which was with that guy, which she really needs to give him credit because he really just stepped her game up and gave her some real human hair.
Her wigs have improved drastically, but going back to those first seasons, her wigs were terrible.
I just cannot believe she actually thought they looked good.
Yeah.
They look
if
like
you look at
plastic
how
hair.
they looked back then, I mean, but I used to love me some Kim back then, though. Like,
I remember used to think she's so busted looking.
She is.
She was. First,
Thank
second
you,
season.
Papa.
Thank you, Papa. And then she'd be like, I'm so damn good looking. Oh, I'm so good looking. She was so into herself.
And I don't care what she says. She claims that she did not have a nose job. She definitely had a nose job.
She definitely had.
She said she
plastic
didn't.
surgery.
Her
Girl,
nose.
she had, her whole
tons of
face
stuff.
looked different.
Yeah, it does. She's
It does
had a
look
lot of
different.
stuff done. But
Listen,
I still love Kim.
But again, because I think
Close
she's
your-
so
close
authentically
your legs to married
narcissistic
men.
and so authentically materialistic, and she's no shame about it. And now she's online because I follow her. She's selling all her shit, all her little Chanel bags, like she's selling everything. I said, okay, so now you really know you got to get out of debt.
Somebody on TikTok was talking about this girl is like Delulu because they're like, girl, people can go on like the Real and other consignment places. They're like, you're selling it practically
for the same exact price
that you sold it. And I understand, like, you're selling used products.
No, some of that stuff she's never used. Some of that stuff has tags on it. But still.
No.
Here's the thing.
So that's a lie because people were like, when she says that, oh, it's barely used or hasn't been used, people are like, no, I can see stains on the bag. I can see that it's been worn.
She had shoes that you could tell they had been worn, and she said that they had not been worn. But here's another thing too. I would not buy anything from a lot of these celebrities that they're trying to sell you because a lot of these celebrities have been called out for actually having fake shit. Mm-hmm. Her stuff that she's selling you is not going to be authenticated. When you're going to the Real and some of those other places,
some of them.
I do think she was that done with her money that she was definitely buying all that stuff real.
I think she could have
there's other celebs that have who have money, like that one Jen Shaw. Half her shit was counterfeit. And she had
good counterfeits. Now they're
very
expensive
high
counterfeits,
quality counterfeits.
So it's high end counterfeits, but they're not.
A lot of these celebs are rocking high and very high quality counterfeit shit. But that's the thing. I wouldn't buy anything from Kim.
Well, all I know is I did see her selling purses for like $6,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
$10,000. She had something selling for $10,000. Why would I buy?
Yeah.
It from
So
you
people
for
were
10?
saying like, I went on Real for these authenticated pieces.
Yes.
That were either like gently used or practically brand new, and they're selling for half the price that you're trying to sell them for. And then also they were saying that it was weird because she would ask people to Zelle her the money, but not to her own Zelle account. It would be to Brielle's.
Well, she was selling Brielle's stuff.
The whole thing.
No,
the whole thing is
she
fraud,
was
right?
selling hers and some of Croy's stuff, but
She was selling the whole
asking them to send the money
family
to.
The only time I'm telling, because I follow her, so I've been seeing her post. So the ones that, because Brielle will post on hers if it's her stuff, and then those are the ones that say Cat Zell Brielle.
I thought all of them were.
I thought
Brielle.
everything was going to Brielle.
No.
But here's the thing.
But why?
I wouldn't
Why
buy.
did you just put it up for consignment? Why sell it on?
I'm really not. I'm sure it's a
Instagram.
part of publicity and marketing for the show as well. Her being back. I'm sure it's all of it.
I know.
Is
It's
it
giving you're broke,
confirmed that
bitch.
she's back to the show? Is it confirmed
Oh,
that
it's
she's
confirmed.
back?
They already have clips of her
Here's
on
the
the
thing.
show.
It's giving scam. Because I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't buy anything that she's
wouldn't
selling
buy
on
anything.
Instagram. I'm sorry, because even if you're posting, maybe you're posting the real bag, but then when I pay for it, you might send me a fake. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not sending
I
you
don't trust her.
$10,000 with this shit not being authenticated. No, ma'am. To a Zelle account.
I mean, first of all, if I'm going to spend $10,000 with you, why wouldn't I just go to
I would just
Chanel?
go to the real store. Yeah.
I mean, $10,000.
I mean, I saw some Louis bags that she was selling. Like that. I'm
yeah,
like,
and then the
seriously?
Louis bag, she was selling for like $3,000, $4,000. I'm like, girl,
You
why
can
wouldn't
go
they
get-
just go to Louis?
And get the
Exactly.
baby.
Well, some of the
Brand
pieces
new.
they're not even there anymore. I think that's why she's selling them.
Yeah, they were like she was
Some.
trying to say this one Louis bag. She goes, "Oh my god,
No
it's
longer
only
made the snakeskin one.
It was some pink one, some pink
Oh,
duffel
the
bag,
pink Louis.
and they're like, "Oh my god, it's limited edition. There's only they only made like 9." And somebody on TikTok went, "Girl, I just found half a dozen right now on the reel. Stop playing. It's you're lying."
I still think some of her stuff is fake though, because if they only made like 9 or 5 of a particular
I'm
item,
sure.
what are the odds that you have it of all the people in
I'm
the
sure.
world? Like,
I mean, Kim's a liar.
she is a liar, and I know when
That's
she was
one
going
thing
broke,
she does.
She was
She
still
lies.
spending like she wasn't, and I just know a lot of celebrities now have been called out for their stuff being fake, like Jen Shaw from whatever housewife she's on. She's in prison right now, by the way. But yeah,
Well, anyways,
for
how was it?
for what? Running a pyramid scheme, pretty much.
pretty much.
Jillian, it's MLM, multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
It's real. How was y'all's week?
Well, I
go.
went and saw the Barbie movie. If you have the opportunity to go see it, please go see it. It is so freaking good.
I have heard good reviews about it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very good. And I think last week me and Stacey were like, I mean, I'll wait. But now
Yeah.
I'm like, it's giving I need to go
FOMO.
and see it so I can be a part of this pop culture
I
phenomenon.
don't know. My daughter Kira went and saw it, and when she came home, she says, "I feel like a new woman."
Oh, God.
I was like, okay.
Because it's a Barbie world, baby.
No, I think when you watch the movie, you're like, it's almost like going through the world as a woman. You're like, damn, I'm not fucking tripping.
Like, oh, we're all in agreement.
Yeah. No, in agreement as far as the patriarchy and like, I'm not fucking tripping. Like, they got me going freaking crazy trying to attain this certain.
Now, I did see the clip where America, the actress,
her monologue, yes.
her
I was just
monologue,
like,
and I was like, ooh, that's
yeah,
definitely
so
on point.
That part of that movie, I was just like, hello, she's speaking 100% the truth that we as women have to try and
held
attain
to unattainable standards.
unattainable standards, like that even Barbie can't even attain, because that was the whole point. I was just like, you're just pretending, you're just a doll, you're a plaything, you're pretending to be a woman, and you can't even achieve that. So how the hell are we as real women supposed to be able to achieve these standards?
Okay.
And feeling like a failure because you can't meet these unattainable standards. And so
society tells you are bad. Then.
It's just goes back and forth. I was just like, and there's certain small things that are said through the movie. I'm just like, when you first get into Barbie world, and we're just like, and the way the Barbies react to certain things, we're just like, oh my gosh.
So
Okay,
I
well,
kind
now I
of want
wanna
to
watch
see
it.
it because
Yeah.
everyone keeps talking about it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I feel like it's something at this point as a woman
I feel like I need to go wear my little pink outfit and take a picture and be like, Barbie.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we should.
In fact, me and my friends, because we went after work, we all wore pink.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Yeah, but this is a Friday to go see Barbie, so we all
right.
wore pink
So
shirts.
maybe I'll be seeing Barbie.
Okay, well we should probably find some time to go together because I don't.
Yeah.
I think everybody else has seen it, but us.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if you guys want to go see it, I'll definitely go see it with y'all again.
Okay,
right.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Stacey?
My week was okay. I have family in town, so my mom, my sister, and my niece. So
I know
it's been kind of busy, kind of hectic. I'm not used to having like a 2-year-old around, so that's because my kids are grown, so that was a bit different. But I mean,
and I need to find time to come and visit them.
Yeah, come over.
Hello.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've been busy. I've been like, they want to go everywhere, see everything. So we've been like
Be a good
shopping a
hostess.
lot and everything like that. So I am exhausted right now, but
I bet.
yeah.
It's hard having guests
It is.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're there for an extended amount of time, like 3 weeks.
No, it's like 2
Yeah.
weeks in a couple days, I think.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time.
It's
for
a good
them.
amount
They
of
got here
time.
like last Saturday.
Yeah, they've been here
Yeah.
since last Saturday. So, and we're just so used to just like
Your
just
routine.
and just quiet.
Right.
Like everyone's in their own space.
Well, you have your 2 daughters are they're like not grown,
pretty
obviously,
much 14
but
and
they're
24.
like they're very independent. Like Kylie's not really trying to figure out what's mom doing. She has her own agenda
Yeah,
for
like,
the day.
Yeah.
And Kiera definitely has her own agenda.
Like we're pretty much in our own space until it's time to meet up for like, hey, what are we doing for dinner? Like, and then we'll meet up and eat, and then everyone goes back to their own
back
space.
to their own thing. Yeah.
And then so Kylie's she's going to high school, so we're doing like, well, this coming week we have to do back to school shopping and stuff. So
I used to love
Oh,
back
when is
to
tax-free
school
weekend?
shopping.
I'm not sure when tax-free weekend is. I usually don't like to shop that weekend though, because it's really not.
That's why
it's really not worth it.
Make sure.
to stay on
Yeah, I don't really.
Yep.
It gets crazy out there tax-free weekend.
So what I've noticed, okay, so usually the weekend before tax-free weekend, everything's on sale.
Yes.
And then when tax-free weekend comes, everything goes back to full price, and all your
No.
I've noticed everything be full price.
No. Okay, so I worked retail for a really long time, so I used to do tax-free weekends. So yes, if there is an extra sale, the stuff is already on sale because most retail
Prior.
places, because usually August. That's the same time we're trying to get rid of all of our summer stuff anyway, so you'll have a lot of stuff on clearance. And tax-free weekend, I used to work for Kohl's. This is over
A long time ago. Don't age yourself.
15 years ago. I worked for Kohl's. So this is when like the beginnings of tax-free weekend, that was when it started to be a big thing. I used to work at Kohl's, and the stuff was already on sale even before then. And I always tell people, it's kind of weird because you're only saving $8.25
If you spend $100
per
$100
Yeah.
that you spend. So it's nice to have that tiny little break, but the stores are already have stuff on, especially if they have clearance. Shop the clearance because they're trying to get rid of all their summer inventory to make room for fall and winter. So that stuff is already on sale. So if there's full price stuff, it is new merchandise that is just now making it to the floor.
Well, and that might be cold, but like for us, we shop like at so like we'll get jeans for like from Abercrombie, right? Mm-hmm. And what I've noticed, Abercrombie will have jeans this week. They'll be on sale. Tax-free weekend, they're no longer on sale. All
Right.
you're saving.
right.
So you're actually
so they have no sales, no coupons, no nothing?
It's Abercrombie. Like a lot of these stores that we're shopping,
Abercrombie
like,
always got something on sale.
yes, but when tax-free weekend comes, that whatever they were doing promotion, they had like 30% off or whatever, the whole store and all that. When tax-free weekend comes, that promotion is gone.
And they have
Yeah,
no
that's
new promotions
usually- yeah.
in this
And
place?
then- Of course,
you're
they're
saving,
gonna-
you're just gonna save your tax.
Huh.
Yeah.
Some stores
Okay.
I've noticed do that. Now, as far as other stores like Kohl's and all that, yeah, they're gonna always have those promotions still running. But some of the higher end stores, I noticed that they'll whatever promotion they had prior, that promotion is gone, and then
Yeah.
they're back to regular price, and then you're saving your taxes.
Seems like good marketing to me. As a
Even
business.
whether it's Abercrombie high-end stores, or if you're gonna like the Macy's and the Dillards and the Kohl's of the world, I always tell people it's for the hassle as far as lines and dealing with people.
Yeah.
The extra $8.25
It's not worth
per
it.
$100 is not really worth it.
Shout out to Kohl's. I don't really shop at Kohl's. However, if you order anything on Amazon and you have to return it, you can return it to Kohl's.
Yeah,
they
I
give
do
you a
that.
10%
Yeah.
coupon too.
Oh, they do? Because
They didn't give me mine.
I didn't get a coupon, but I
They
do.
didn't
I've
give me
returned a
mine.
couple
Yeah.
Amazon things to Kohl's, and they never gave me a coupon. But I have some
They
things
did.
in my trunk,
10%.
and I'm like giving my damn 10% coupon. But I don't really
Okay.
shop at Kohl's.
They
but-
give me, like, when I had to return something, I returned it to Kohl's. They're like, here's a 10% coupon.
Cool.
Well, I guess I need to go and figure out why I get my 10% coupon. So, but anyway, so chokeholds. What we got on
I
chokeholds?
got a chokehold. Okay, I'll go first. I'll make it quick. Okay, so I know last week we talked about that girl that said that she saw the baby on the road, and
Carly.
Apparently she got kidnapped, got her wig snatched, all this kind of stuff. Anyway,
the wig.
We all knew that it was a hoax. I mean, we
did it at first.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of felt like she was lying, but I didn't want to tell y'all
From
that.
the beginning?
Well, because I don't know if you looked at the text messages I kind of sent Jillian, and I was like, "This is sounding suspicious." And then Jillian I said it sounded kind of suspicious, but Jillian was like, "Well, I believe her." And
Jillian said she believed first.
I didn't want to like start an argument with Jillian, so I kind of was like, I kind of just played it cool because I'm like, it'll come out it'll come out. But I did say it was kind of suspicious, but sometimes I don't feel like arguing with y'all. So anyway.
Because she loses.
So I was like, but anyway, it was confirmed she lied, and then they actually charged her with 2 misdemeanors, and they posted her mugshot photo.
I know, misdemeanors too. I was like,
for that particular state, that's all they could have charged her with, and that's like the max that it would allow. And whenever he was announcing the charges, he did say that they were going to actually go back to the state legislature to see about changing that to where you can actually, because I feel like personally she should have been charged with more than that, because
well, here's the thing,
each state's different.
I think because it's so public, that's why everybody's like felony, but I think people file false police reports like all the time, and they don't get in felonies, and some states, not ruined. Some states it's has a harsher penalty, but do you think their life should be ruined if they file a police?
I don't think your life should be ruined, but I need people to know that you cannot do that. You cannot take away resources from people who are actually in danger because you want attention from your boyfriend. You can't do that. So I do feel like it should carry a harsher punishment. I don't, for what she did. I mean, the money that was put in.
I think the only reason why we feel like it needs to be a harsher punishment now is because of all the hoopla she caused during the time. But I don't think that I wouldn't say well, let's charge this person with a felony, because a felony you could that mean you can't get a job.
Okay, so people will think twice about why would you do that? You're a grown woman.
People should think twice about a lot of things, but I don't know if I'm gonna say that
you
they
reported
deserve
a whole
felony.
Baby on the side of the road.
There definitely needs to be consequences.
Consequences. There are consequences.
Okay, well the misdemeanors, in my opinion,
you don't think a misdemeanor's enough?
No. In other states, it carries a harsher penalty, but just in her particular state, because there was another case of a kid in Florida, I think she was a teenager, that said her friend was kidnapped. She's actually in jail right now. I just happened to see that. She was arrested. They actually arrested her. She's in jail. So different states have different punishments, or it carries a different whatever, but in that particular state, I personally think for what she did, a misdemeanor and $1,000 is up to a $6,000 fine. Okay, sorry. Something happened to my
microphone
mic.
was doing something weird.
I know in her state, I think the max fine is like $6,000 or whatever, something like that. It's very
$6,000 is a lot of money
for her, not for her.
No.
Apparently her parents are rich or whatever, but I think it needs to be, that's the max. So she might get fined less than that. But I don't know. I feel, well, anyway, it's been confirmed she lied. She got she got charged, and she'll probably do 0 time, and she might pay a minimal fine and move on with her life and probably lie again.
Probably. She likely will.
But that's my little.
But yeah. I don't know.
Moving
on. How many felonies are you going to get for that?
It's not a felony, but it's a misdemeanor. It should be a federal offense. They should make it
I don't know about federal. This isn't.
Now getting really serious.
We're using federal
people
resources.
People are assaulting people out there not getting that high of a charge.
If I have to use federal resources,
you put your hands on me, I would definitely hope you get more of a charge.
They had the Secret Service. I mean, you just can't go around. It needs to be you cannot go. You'll think twice before you do that.
Yes, because I definitely think you should think twice.
I don't think when she thought this up, that it would involve the Secret Service and all this other stuff.
She's a grown adult. She's 26 years old. What do you think is going to happen?
You think if you lied, or you think that they would think that much of you to go and get the Secret Service involved?
I don't think she thought it through.
If I involve a white baby, yeah. What the hell?
For real?
Yeah, I don't think.
You said white toddler on the side of a highway.
Do you think that it would have been the same for a toddler in general, just a child?
Yes. I think because she put a child, it's come on, there's an endangered child on the side of a freeway. Mm-hmm. That's totally different. If you want to go and do this prank on your own and say something happened to yourself, that's fine. But why are you involved in when you put a toddler in, this makes it different now, right? Mm-hmm. There's a child involved.
Yeah, I think that's really where she kind of messed up a little bit.
You
and then just made it a more of a severe situation.
Said there was a toddler and described the toddler in detail. White t-shirt with just a Pampers on. White child, 3 to 4 years old. What?
Yeah, no. She and then again, I think we all decided, or we came to the conclusion, she's a sociopath. Like,
that's what I think.
She just is not getting any regard for right and wrong. Like, you knew it was wrong, you didn't care, and look what you did.
And let's not act like she's dumb. She's educated. She's educated. She has like a degree. She's like in
I think she was working on her master's.
She's working on her master's, so she already has a 4-year degree. So you're not stupid. So obviously you know what you're doing. So let's not act. She's not backwoods.
She's not a dummy,
right? Like,
which is probably why she manipulated the situation to make it to her.
And then she's up there
benefit.
Smiling on her mugshot, like, girl.
The smile on the mugshot was what got me, but we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Come right back because we want to get into a little bit of Jordyn Woods and Kylie Jenner tea. So we'll be right back.
Okay.
And we are back, and we are going to jump right into we have a couple subtopics, I think. So we have a couple things we wanted to talk about this week. A lot's been going on in the news and the outlets. So first one, which is like kind of fun, is Kylie Jenner and Jordyn, what's her last name? Woods. I was going to say Sparks. Jordyn Woods are like hanging again. Huh?
I mean, I wouldn't know if they're hanging, but they did make an appearance together.
I mean, I know if a person cut me out their life, I'm not really trying to get back in their lives again. I'm good. Like, once I cut somebody out my life, we're good.
I feel like Jordyn has flourished so much since this whole situation happened, and I always want to say it. She was never 100% innocent in the whole situation. She was kind of wrong, and
she was definitely wrong.
The aftermath, I felt, was really bad for her. But I feel like she's come so far. She's grown so much. I mean, she's in a good, stable relationship from all accounts, and she's been with this guy for a while. He's a ball player. She's doing good. I mean, really doing, because I follow her. She's doing really well.
I think she grew from the experience.
I think so.
That happened to her, because I do think what happened to her, was she wrong? Yes. But do we make dumb mistakes at like 20, 21?
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to dudes.
Yes.
And attention and just finding validation
Alcohol
and attention with men. And, you know, drinking too much, being a little too flirty with this person. I feel like we've all kind of been in that situation. Well, I know I've been in that situation.
So I will say.
So I know I feel like her repercussions for that mistake were very, very high.
The punishment didn't fit the crime.
Yes, exactly.
And I will say, hopefully she's grown from this. She's also matured. She's a whole different person now from that time.
She's an adult.
I also feel like because of that, and because of what you've seen, what has happened since I mean, I'm sure you watched the show. I mean, it was everywhere, right? How they crucified her and stuff like that. I feel like you've come so far. Why even go back and entertain that? Like, you've moved on from. I feel like she's moved on from Kylie at this point. I feel like they were thinking. This is just my opinion, y'all. I don't know this. I don't know these people. I feel like they probably felt like, with them alienating her and not talking to her anymore, that she would never be what she is. Like, she could not be where she was without them, the Kardashians.
Right.
Oh, and I feel
not the Kardashians.
Not the Kardashians. But I feel like completely proved them wrong, excelled, and she's such a beautiful girl. I actually really enjoy following Jordyn. And I just feel like you don't need this drama, this mess. Leave these people alone.
It does bring more drama.
I do have a theory. So whenever this all, because I watched the Red Table Talk all the time. So when they had the interview and everything, I'm like, you know, Khloe getting cheated on. I didn't even know who Jordyn was, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's Kylie."
You didn't know who she was. That's like Kylie's sidekick.
Remember, Julian doesn't really.
You remember, I don't really follow it. I'm just like, what's going on? And they talked about Tristan cheating with her friend, and then people were all over Black Twitter, and they're really just roasting Khloe. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for that. And then she did the Red Table Talk, and then she kind of explained her side, and she did admit, it's like, you know, I was wrong. I did some things that was inappropriate for the fact that this person was in a relationship with somebody I considered a friend.
Family.
Right.
Family. She was there all the time. Danner lived there.
Exactly. So in that sense, she did take accountability, and they went back and showed clips of where Kylie, she of course was in a tough position where this is my friend. She was actually living with her.
Yeah, they were living together.
And this is her sister and her sister's boyfriend and the father of her child. And so at the end of the day, I came to the conclusion, like, Chloe, you were so out of pocket in how you blame this girl for quote unquote ruining your family. Ma'am, when you were literally giving birth to your first child together, he was cheating with somebody else.
Yes.
And let's not forget how you got him.
He has cheated after.
And let's not forget how you got him.
Yes, when you got him, he was cheating on somebody else who was pregnant at the time. When you found out he was cheating on you, literally when you were pushing out his child, this stuff happened with Jordyn, only to come to find out he got some other hoe pregnant.
Way after Jordyn.
After Jordyn.
He's the problem.
Yet you keep bringing him back. And at the end of the day, so that made me have very little sympathy for Chloe, because she really, like, she went for the jugular, and thank God for Black Twitter and the Red Table Talk, because people came and put her in her place, be like, no, not
Chloe
today.
is notorious for taking other people's men, so let's not sit up here and crucify this little girl for that. We're not going to do that.
Same thing for Kim.
And that's how I felt, like, little girl.
Kim been dirty too with the people she be picking up with too. So
yeah,
that's neither here nor there. So I really, honestly, I think Kylie never really wanted to get rid of Jordyn as a friend, but she just felt like she had to be loyal to her sister.
Right.
I think right now the reason why they're bringing her back into the fold is for a storyline.
That's what I think, and I feel like Jordyn, don't let these people use you for a storyline, because their show is the show. I still watch the show, and I don't get me wrong, I call them the Kardashians, but I am one of those people that I'll be.
You love a train wreck.
I love a train wreck, and I'll be watching until the fucking wheels fall off. But I feel like yes, the show is kind of boring now. They don't really have much. I mean, hell, Kanye's gone. They don't have a lot going on, and I feel like yes, this would be a huge storyline if they could like get Jordyn back in, and it's also a way for them, I feel like, to gain popularity again. I don't know, and I feel like she's no longer with Travis Scott. Because really, there.
Kylie does not have much of a storyline going on the Kardashians
at all, and I'm just like, Jordyn, you do not need this girl. Stay over there in your little bubble, because these hoes will come for your
Jordyn a lot of money.
Jordyn, you have a huge ball player that you're with. Like, these Kardashians will come for your man. Because I see Kim and he has her little son at all these little they're traveling the world going to all these soccer games. Kim is trying to get her a soccer player. I could tell that's what she wants right now. Jordyn, Jordyn, stay where you at. Do not come back to this mess.
And I think for me, Kylie, I understand where Kylie was coming from, because I would have took my sisters back too.
I'm gonna take my family. I would
always stuck with my family. What you did was wrong.
Stick to family.
I might not have gone straight for the jugular, but until my sister was comfortable with me being around this person again, I probably would just be like, it is what it is. You made the decision. I got to go with my family.
But what you did was wrong. It's okay for people to outgrow each other, and I feel like Jordyn has outgrown.
And I've outgrown people before, and I've had friends in my past that I was friends with for a long time, and at a certain point in my life, I was just like, I can't be in this friendship anymore. And I think those type of things you grow from, you learn from, and it doesn't mean those people cannot be in your life in some capacity. But it's just not going to be the same. Our relationship is going to evolve into something different.
I think it needs to be a hi, bye, how are you doing? Great. Had the kids. Cool.
It's kind of how it is. Yeah. I've had friends like that.
Just being friendly acquaintances is, I think, the max they can be able to do, because I think I know as Jordyn, I don't think I could ever trust myself to be around them, where the minutes anything goes wrong, they're going to instantly betray me again and cut me off and really go through. And I think they were really trying to damage her reputation. Like I said, not saying she was innocent, but like, hey, what happened?
They were definitely trying to damage her reputation.
Honestly, the way she described what happened there, I don't think she wasn't trying to break up your family, Chloe.
They weren't even together when
they were already trying to break up her family. But
like I said, was it inappropriate that you were sitting on this man's lap?
Yes.
Hey, you kissed him.
It to the level of like, oh, you're cheating with my boyfriend? You're trying to take my boyfriend. He kissed her, and she was instantly like, no, I don't want that.
Why were you on his lap then?
I don't know. She instantly.
She doesn't have to slap him to be like.
Hold up, not trying to dig up old dirt. I don't think she instantly said. No. She definitely had. She was sitting on his lap with legs wrapped around his legs on his arms. And he kissed her, and she spent the night there. And when
it's all inappropriate,
it was all inappropriate.
Now,
she did spend the night.
Your friends left. Your friends left. You stayed.
So I felt like she stayed because it's my friend's boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah, the one you've been wrapped up all night on.
The way
That
she
was wrong.
explained it, because I did watch the Red Table Talk
Then I
interview.
don't believe her.
The way
Obviously, she's not going to say exactly.
She's not telling the truth.
It wasn't like she slept there. She was just there all night.
spent the
What
night
it was
there.
is that she was out partying
at his
and-
house.
No, somewhere else.
Here's the thing.
And then went to
They
his
all
house
went-
for an
They were
after
all
party.
out partying.
She spent the night at his house.
They were all out
So they were
partying.
just there overnight. It's
And
not
all
like she
your
went and she was
friends-
sleeping in his bed.
No. All
We
your
don't know
friends-
where she slept.
All your friends left. You decided to stay.
Okay, I'm
after
not
you had
doing-
been wrapped up with him.
Yes.
all
I'm not-
night long. That's a problem.
Like I said, I'm not
We
getting into
can't
that.
go. There's no point in going back to it. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
the little girl was
was wrong.
She was
woman,
wrong.
She was
All
wrong.
the
She was
way.
wrong. But
She was wrong.
She was flirting with the wrong man.
But the way Chloe
enticing
acted,
the wrong man.
girl, it's not like they sat there and had an orgy together.
We don't really know 100%.
And they weren't together at
what
the time?
happened.
I didn't know that.
No, so Chloe and Tristan were not together at the time.
See, now,
Jillian, no.
come on now.
Jillian, no. Jillian,
It
no.
doesn't
They
matter.
weren't together.
Jillian, if one of your friends,
my friends,
one of your friends was on my man
No.
like that while I was, I
So
have a
technically
huge
they were
problem
not
with that.
together because they were he'd already been through the one
like I said,
cheating
I'm
scandal.
not saying it was.
I got a problem with it.
I don't, like I said, I'm not saying that Chloe didn't have a right to have a problem with it. Be like, hey, that was wrong. You messed
felt
up.
like
You
she-
worked that out between
You
each
felt like
other.
she should have had the same energy for Jordyn that she did, or with Tristan.
Or Tristan. So I just
But
find
both people were
I just
equally
find
wrong.
I just find it. I don't think they were equally wrong. I just
Not
find
equally.
it funny. I just find it funny that you were willing to forgive,
friends come
move
and
on
go.
for a man has not only done this once to you, has done this multiple times
So-
to you, and you are willing to give him forgiveness and not her forgiveness.
Here's the
That's
thing.
where I
I
see the
hold the
double.
women at a higher.
I
For
hold-
me, my friends, I'm gonna hold you at a higher standard. Men cheat. You're supposed to be my friend.
Here's the thing. I would
supposed to be my
personally,
friend.
if I
This
had
is
a
someone
good-
you're intimate with,
You're
have a
supposed to be
child
no,
with.
You're
here's the
supposed
thing.
to be my friend.
That person's gonna be
Men-
higher than the
That's-
friend.
The
No.
type of relationship
No,
that
men
she
cheat.
had with that family, it was almost like a family. So for me personally, if Janice does something with my husband, I'm gonna be pissed at. I'm gonna hold her
Yes.
to a higher
She
standard
should
than
be
I'm gonna hold
looking
my
at
husband.
You're
me.
gonna hold Janice's friend at
I'm
a
gonna
higher
hold-
standard, Ernest?
I'm gonna hold Janice because the way they viewed her was
She
as
wasn't
if
even there.
It was like
No.
I was a sister.
they
It was like a
viewed her
sister
as
to
a
them.
They viewed her as I would view Janice. Like they viewed her as family. They didn't view
Yeah.
her as Kylie's best
Right.
friend. They literally
So do you
viewed
think
her.
I would ever in my life sit on Ernest's lap?
Even
No.
if me and Ernest are not together, hell no.
Like,
and if
why
she
would I do
did,
that?
if she did, I'm gonna hold her.
No, I understand
'Cause I'm
that.
Like, you like my family.
And especially, I
understand
wouldn't
that.
sit. I
I'm
wouldn't
just
sit on
saying.
my friend's man's lap, especially one that I know has had a cheating problem in the past.
What I'm
And they had a
saying-
child together.
What I'm saying is that
She's
if,
wrong.
If Chloe found a place in her heart to forgive Tristan and bring him back into the fold,
She doesn't have to forgive Jordyn.
First of all, it's the father of her child, so she
kinda
has to bring
has
him
to
back
bring
into
him
the
back
fold,
into
no
the
matter
fold.
what. You're
I'm
the
just
father.
saying. But she was still trying to have a relationship with him.
She has to. She has a child
as
with
a
him.
romantic relationship.
Here's the
I
thing.
don't think she was at first.
Here's the
eventually
thing.
got
Here's
to
the
that
thing.
point.
I'm just saying.
Doesn't matter what
if
Chloe-
you can bring him back into the fold and still have another romantic relationship with him, then at the end of the day, I'm
She
not
doesn't have to
saying
forgive
I'm not
Jordyn.
saying that she has to be like they're never going to be as close as they were, but to the point where like, damn, I really thought that if they were in the same room, she would have physically attacked this girl.
I
No.
might have.
I don't think Chloe would have.
Just like I might have attacked the man.
Lies. The way she reacted,
She was pissed.
Maybe.
Yes.
she was.
Maybe.
I really, honestly, think
Maybe.
she would have
Because I feel
physically
like
attacked.
she felt
Maybe.
like
It coulda
Jordyn-
happened.
I
Maybe.
feel like she felt like Jordyn. You know what I've been through with this man. You're here. You see what's going on. Like,
Right.
how could you be one
You
of those?
sit there,
how
you're
could
behind
you
the
be-
scenes of
Exactly.
this.
Like you know what I deal with. Like
You
how
know he has
how
a problem.
could you do
Yeah.
that?
No, I'm not saying that she didn't deserve the smoke. I'm just saying that I feel like she wasn't given any grace.
Yes, I agree with that.
You know what I feel? I feel like we went on a whole tangent,
Yeah,
and
we
I don't
really
really
did.
think
Because
the
we really
viewers
do have
are
more topics that
interested
we wanted to
in
cover.
how we feel. I don't think they wanted to hear all this. I'm
No, I have-
sorry,
no, no,
guys.
no,
I do think it's important to
No.
like.
I just in my case, like I said, Tristan was a dog when you picked him up. He was
Yes.
a dog during. He'll be a dog.
And he'll
after.
be a dog after.
And I'm just saying, I just felt like it was not fair that you gave him grace, gave him forgiveness, where she never got that opportunity.
But I can, as a woman, I see where Chloe's coming from because we were supposed to be better than that. Like her and Jordyn, they were like they have
But
a deeper
we're human.
relationship.
We make
are.
mistakes.
Yes,
and I just
But-
feel
Yes,
like
she made a mistake.
she
did.
made a mistake. Tristan,
difference with
really,
her
honestly,
mistake-
at this point, this is a pattern with Tristan.
Well,
She
that's
made
the
a
difference
mistake.
between her
This is a
mistake and
pattern.
Tristan's mistake. I feel is with Tristan, he is always going to have a spot in this family because he's the father of one of their kids.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Multiple kids.
Friends
at this
can
point.
come and go. Like he's the father for a child. He can't.
They have two.
He's
They
gonna
have
be around.
kids now.
I understand that as far as having the relationship, as far as you're the father of my child.
So you're the more expendable person in the situation.
Okay,
Jordyn.
yeah. There you go. That's
And
just say what it is. You just thought she was expendable.
She
was.
Got chucked to the side, and I just
that's
felt
what they
like,
did.
And I think that's what they
Yeah.
did. I'm just saying I don't think that was fair. I'm just saying I could have had that conversation with her. I said we can never be what we were, but I can forgive and move on. I don't think Chloe ever did that.
I think she's moved on.
on.
I think she's moved on, definitely. But let's just wrap this up because I think we just went way
Yeah, we
off.
went- yeah,
we
yeah.
got a little bit too much into this one.
For the for continuity purposes, let's talk about the next topic is the clones situation, right? So now they're talking about everybody's being cloned, and the big one, they already said Kanye West has been cloned.
That's what they said,
right? And
now he do look
I
like
can
it.
see why people would say that about Kanye West, but I feel like the way people are talking with Jamie Foxx and him being cloned, I'm like, y'all, the man ain't big. My friend, her and I were having a conversation this week, and she was just like asking me, what do you think about the cloning situation? Do you think she said, do you think Jamie Foxx is a clone? I was like, no. I mean, I don't think Jamie Foxx is a clone. Can I sit there and say Kanye West is looking a little weird these days, acting a little weird, not talking? Like, even the fact that he's out there as a clone, like it's this typical Kanye to come out and be like, I'm not a clone. I have all these opinions, and like he hasn't even been talking.
I mean, that's not abnormal for Kanye. He goes through his phases where he says nothing.
Goes ghost.
He goes through phases where he doesn't say a word, and then there's times when he just won't shut the hell up, and they're just like, Kanye, shut up.
Like,
so
I think
times when he doesn't talk at all.
I do think we have the technology to clone people. I just
sure.
don't think that they give a damn about cloning
this was
Jamie
in
Foxx.
the late 90s that they've
been cloning
the
pig,
dolly, the sheep.
The sheep.
So this is just human beings are just more complicated, but
I'm sure they figured it out by now.
It comes down to really ethics. It's not that I don't think we can't clone people. It just comes down to ethics. Should we? I think we're definitely in that process.
Do you think our government has ethics?
I was going to say that. We're so unethical.
I'm not saying
that's not where I would.
I'm not confirming or denying that the government hasn't attempted or has done cloning. I'm just saying just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. And I think that's the question that needs to be asked.
For sure, but I think if we have the technology, there's a lot of things that the government does that they should not do, and they're going to do it.
So if the government really is cloning people, why the hell would they clone Kanye?
Exactly. Well, Kanye, because he talked too damn much. Kanye been talking and causing a lot of controversy for a while now.
This is the part of the conspiracy. So you think the real Kanye is... Where's the real Kanye?
So they're saying that the government killed... They're saying that they cloned him and killed off the real Kanye, and what we have is a clone. That's what the rumor
killed
is.
off.
And here's another part of that.
I don't know if I think he killed him off.
No, they said Kanye's dead, and what we have is a clone. That's what the rumor
another
is.
thing part that doesn't make sense.
Right.
I'm like, even if they did manage to clone him, you think they're gonna clone him to be a full ass grown ass human being? Well, does he have to go through the gestation period? And
I don't know how cloning works. Do you?
Yeah, I don't know how cloning works.
I mean, the way it worked with Dolly, it was actually a baby that grew up.
Yeah.
That was birthed and grew up. It was a
that's
clone.
Another thing. A clone is supposed to be an identical
genetic copy.
So why would Kanye West look different? Shouldn't he look exactly the same?
Well, I watched this movie on Netflix with Jamie Foxx, and it's called They Done Clone Tyrone. And if you watched it, they were cloning them.
And also, I think also with genetic, because you have identical twins that sometimes don't look exactly the same.
But twins and clones are different.
But it's kind of similar.
No, twins have this genetically
genetic
makeup.
Well,
identical
are you
twins.
talking about fraternal or identical?
Identical twins. So that means that the same egg just split
in half. Right.
Split in half. So
but they can
genetically
look different.
They're exactly the same.
Yeah. But they can still look different.
Because it says if two identical twins married and had a child with another set of identical twins, their children would be both genetically siblings and cousins.
So here's the thing. You're saying that if they clone Kanye, why does he look a little bit different? And what she's saying is like because they're supposed to have the same genetic makeup, but twins do, and identical twins can look a little bit different, even though they're identical twins.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how cloning works.
I don't either.
I'm just saying,
I don't know.
It's highly unlikely
but I know
that they
the
got
way they explain cloning.
It's Kanye Onions. I highly
Kanye
doubt if they
does look
did
a little
clone him.
different, though,
They did
doesn't
not
he?
clone him
He
to be a
does look
50-year-old man.
Kanye does look different.
He looks a little bit
Kanye
different.
looks
Age.
different.
People change over time.
Yeah, they do.
It's more than an aged look to me. It's like
He could have had plastic
your
surgery.
features look different. Okay,
Well,
maybe.
He could have had. Yeah, we don't know.
he does look different. I don't know why.
He looks like almost like void of emotion as well. But he also
He could be on
has, like,
medication.
he also has like mental disorders and things. So maybe he's probably being medicated.
Well, he said
Who
he
knows?
doesn't, but
He
A
could
lot
be
of
on
people
medication.
who have mental disorders don't
so
like to admit
usually
it.
whenever Kanye goes quiet is when he's actually taking his meds, right? And whenever he's not taking his meds is when he's doing all this talking, and that's when he tells you that, oh, they try to put me on meds, they try to say I have this, and they were like, whenever he's talking a lot,
Is he bipolar?
that's what they said he was.
They diagnosed him
They
bipolar a long
diagnosed him
time
with
ago.
bipolar a long time ago, and he was supposed to be on meds, but then he said that the meds that they had him on, because he had like a little documentary thing that I watched, but the meds they put him on, whenever he's really not talking and he's just quiet and all that kind of stuff, he's on meds.
Yeah. I mean, I really do feel like if he is bipolar, the times that he's talking, he could just be in a manic episode versus when
And
he's
he
quiet.
usually is.
You can
in a
tell he
depressive
is.
And he's not
episode.
on his, like when he was running for president and talking all that kind of stuff.
Or when he was like freaking out on that lady with her cell phone and things like that. Like when you're like, that's the kind of stuff
when
where
he
like you're
was talking
really too
about
hyped.
the Jews and all that stuff, that was
That seemed like a manic
very
episode.
long manic episode,
Yeah.
and he was saying that he's not taking any medication because there's nothing wrong with him, right?
Okay.
Yes,
Because Kim even 5150'd him.
She
so
did.
she committed him.
she did, and
For
that's when
medi-
they said that he was bipolar and they had him on meds, and then he just got off of it. Did you ever watch when he did the interview on Carson? He actually, what's his name? Carson on Fox, the one that got fired from Fox.
Oh.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
He was on Tucker Carlson about a year ago. This is when he was doing all this talking, and all of a sudden now, since he's been married to this his new wife Bianca, whatever, he's gotten really quiet. Now they're saying he's a clone. He's really, really quiet. So I don't know if he's on his meds again or did they actually really clone
And
him?
remember, didn't he go around saying that, Balenciaga was like, when they found all that child pornography and things like that, and then he was like, they're canceled.
Yeah, that was
and
like a
then
year or
now-
so. That was the
I missed
Balenciaga thing was like about a year or so ago.
And he was like, cancel them. I would
Oh,
never.
that's
I would
when they
never.
had the kids in
The
the
kids.
ads and the
And remember how
leather
he used to get
stuff.
mad
Something like that.
at Kim for having North on TikTok, and he was talking about how she's
Exploiting
raising
children
and how Kim, what did he call her, Chris Jong Un and stuff, the mom.
Oh, yeah.
That was when he was doing all that talking. Yes, and now all of a sudden North be on
He's
TikTok
just-
every day. He ain't said nothing about her being on TikTok no more. Like it's just like he's just
Her little
quiet.
thing got banned, didn't it? Yeah. Her little TikTok got banned for a little while.
No, she's back on TikTok.
She got banned there for a little while, her and her mom.
It's the mom. And he doesn't even complain anymore about. He ain't said.
He don't
He
talk.
ain't said a word. I ain't a word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, where do y'all stand with the cloning thing?
I don't think
I
it.
don't,
I don't believe
think they're
it.
clones.
You don't think either one of them are clones? Do you
No.
think that we're cloning people?
Yes, I think they
mean,
have
yeah.
cloned people
Maybe-
for scientific
okay.
purposes.
So
Because
if you
I don't
actually-
have all the information I said, I'm not going to say for sure yes or for sure no. It's maybe.
Here's what I
Right.
think.
I definitely think we're cloning people.
I think they have the ability.
There's no way we have the ability and they're not
I
doing
think
it.
we have the ability to clone people, and they have done it for scientific purposes. I think people have volunteered
I don't think
for
it's for
it.
scientific purposes. It's probably for their own purposes.
So you know how Elon Musk has this thing that he's working on, like a neurochip that you can put in your brain, and
They're
it's
trying to
supposed-
get people to
But
implant
people
it.
have actually signed up for it now, and are willing to.
Hell.
There are
no.
people willing to, do it.
That's a no for me, dog.
So with them
An
having
implant.
So basically it's an implant they put in your brain, and it can control your they're saying it's for people that have Parkinson's
And things like that.
Things like that.
To where you don't have control of your body or
To
something.
where you're right. That's
Okay.
the reasoning they're saying, but once they can do that, it's
Yeah.
basically
Now
right.
we're going too far.
So they were looking for they started human trials because they needed humans who wanted to actually be a part of it. So it's
scary.
in human trials now.
Didn't
so.
Elon Musk say, yeah, I'm going to be one of the first ones to do it?
Well, I don't think he's doing it, but there's human trials going on right now. So there's a lot of stuff that's actually going on that we are not privy to, and I don't even think we need to know at this point. We don't. Do we want to know?
And that actually leads us right into the next thing that I wanted to talk about, because I do think that the government hides a lot of things from us, and I think the things that we know are the things they want us to know. Period.
And by the time we know, it's like too late.
Right.
And it's
That's
like
what I'm saying. So
old
now,
news.
now I saw this week that they confirmed UFOs have been found, and they have non-human biologics. So basically, the craft that they found, the UFO, also had non-human cells
or
in
something,
there. Something along those lines. Something non-human
piloted the craft,
and it piloted the craft. So they have the pilot bodies. Yes. And the guy had a press conference saying
it was
that, and I was like,
a hearing.
Oh, shit.
And she asked him. She said, "So there was a UFO crash site, and then you have the piloted or whoever." And she was like, "Was it human or non-human?" He said, "Non-human." What was the word? Biologics.
Biologics. Yeah, non-human biologics, and that was the ones that were piloting the plane or piloting the craft.
Yeah.
And then she asked. She was like, "Well, what is it that you have? Is it like pictures,
scary,
a video, or like what?" And then I guess he couldn't disclose that. He had to get asked to get permission.
He said he had to do a skiff. It's just like a way that they disclose confidential.
To be able to disseminate classified information, which means like you have to have a certain clearance, and there's this special room where there's no electronics, no one can, but it's pretty much top secret information that they do not want get out in the public sphere.
And that's what I'm saying. So there's probably so many things that they don't want the public to know.
Of course.
And I guarantee you, they've been knowing about extracurricular, like
extraterrestrial
other lives out there.
But I think at the end of the day, I think there's a reason why they keep that stuff top secret, because they don't want to create a panic.
And it would create a panic.
It would.
The people, honestly, at this point, as long as there's no physical threat, I could care less. I've always felt like the expansive way there's different universes, different galaxies. There has to be other intelligent beings out there. I've never doubted that.
But did you think they were here on Earth?
Getting to each other is different.
Yeah. I just say did I say they've already been here? I mean, they could have been here in the past. They could have been here now. They could be working there where they could be here right now. It's just I don't know, because I've never witnessed it with my own eyes.
Men in Black situation.
So I watch Unsolved Mysteries, right? Because it comes
scary.
Yeah, no. So I like to watch Unsolved Mysteries, and then on one of the episodes I was watching of I think it's ones that came out last year. There were people who in this one area who had all seen a UFO and experienced a UFO, and this happened like in the 80s or something, and they were going back talking about, some of the people like old now, and they were like saying like what they experienced, the craft and all this type of stuff. And I was just like, so people really did not believe them back then, and still don't believe them. But I mean, these people could probably be telling the truth.
Yeah,
I think so. All the people who talk about they've been probed.
I mean,
maybe they've been taken for years.
I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things. Is scary. Just so expansive the world is.
Leave me alone.
But I had a quick question. Do you think if there's other intelligent beings that be able to share their knowledge with us in some way, may not, of course, they probably won't speak the same language as us, find this way to communicate. Do you think this will rattle religious people?
Yes.
Of course. They don't like anything that they can't explain biblically.
Okay. Because I think that would scare. I think that's maybe that where there's some resistance in believing this stuff is real, is maybe because that would shake that foundation.
But hold on, because in the Bible it talks about that Lucifer went to all these other planets and tried to corrupt them, and we were the only fools.
Where in the Bible does it say that?
It does.
Where?
It does. That he went to corrupt other worlds and he was not able to do so, and we were the one, like Eve is the one that ate the fruit. Okay. It does.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I definitely know it's in the Can I quote the verse?
I just never.
Like I said, I just
sounds
find
like
it
a
funny.
story.
No, go to Genesis.
Okay.
Genesis.
As far as like I said, as far as different planets or galaxies for their other intelligent beings, I totally believe that there totally is. But then also I think about time, how we see time, or as far as different,
all of it's gonna be
different timelines. I'm like, I feel like I know intelligently we've come a long way, but I feel like there's so much more out there that we don't
even
know.
Think about like wormholes. Like, we know they exist, but we don't know the science.
What's on the other
them.
side of that shit?
No idea.
Like, and there are probably other beings who have understood wormholes.
Yeah.
Like, and wormholes are like basically pathways to other galaxies and or times
or dimensions. Oh my god, that's
so
and we
know
know for sure they
have
exist.
y'all ever like started like researching, looking into like the other dimensions and stuff like that?
It's too scary for me. Ignorance is bliss. Like, when you go down that kind of rabbit hole, it like literally never ends.
I know.
And I feel like when I get because I've done that kind of stuff where I go down these rabbit holes and these conspiracy theories, and the more and more I think about it, read about it, it freaks me out. And I'm like, I'd rather just live in this blissful ignorance. Live and die.
You just want to be in this dimension right here. You know, ain't trying to like
I'm not really trying to go to another dimension. I'm really not.
At this point, my thing is,
on that side.
When it comes to conspiracy theories, people will be breaking their necks in all these different directions trying to make their conspiracy theory make sense. At the end of the day, if you don't have solid proof, I'm so sorry. I just don't believe it.
And you're not going to come across something that at the end of the day, they don't really want you to come across.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're not. Like, classified information. Like, all that you're not going to get it unless they want you to.
I always find it funny. It's always people who usually not as educated. And I find it, I'm like, even though I didn't go to college, I don't have a college degree, but I feel like it's some people who, like, I know you barely made it through high school, really think they cracked some secret code, some government, sir.
Oh, I know.
This is so above your wheelhouse, and feel like you cracked something that no one else could figure out.
That's where I get it.
Sit down.
That's the thing that makes me like laugh with that. I'm like, as smart as you think you are, but you're probably not as smart as you think you are. They literally recruit people like at the age of like 10. So when you're a hacker and you're on the computer and all of a sudden you're hacking into something you shouldn't have hacked into, the government figures it out, they come looking for you.
Yeah.
Hey, little boy, you're really smart. We want you to come work for us one day. Like, you don't think that they find those people?
Exactly.
And they didn't find you?
And the part of the people who are closest to the truth, they usually do cut them off and figure out who that person is. But you, sir, who, let's just be honest, you didn't crack anything, and you went on some wormhole on the internet and got other people who really do think that they're smarter than they really are and have cracked something, be like, well, if you break it down, like this was many years ago when I was working at the bank, some lady tried to come and tell me that Monster energy drinks has the mark of the beast, and it was connecting it to Satan and this, that, and the third. And I was just like, the way she went through and looked at all these symbols, and I looked at her, I'm like, bitch, you are crazy.
And those are the rabbit holes. I'm like, people like, like, if you go down them, yes, you can always find the next thing to keep following.
Yeah. And she's like, well, if you look at this, if you turn it this way, I said, let me tell you something. The devil, based on your religion, is the most deceptive person. You mean to tell me that you were able to crack the secret code that the devil was putting on this energy drink? I said, why would he put these hidden symbols on this drink you think he's being used to be able to possess people? He ain't gonna put no clues on that. You're just gonna drink it, be possessed. And move on and be able to deceive you. He's not gonna put secret clues for you to decipher to be able to get you to drink this drink, to bring you on the side of the devil. I looked at her. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't see it.
You're going too far.
Yeah, some of these conspiracy theories.
I'm just like, I'm so sorry, I don't see it. She goes, and I was just like,
you didn't crack the code for monsters.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
And I was just like, it's just an energy drink. That's not true. That's not real. I was just like, of all the things in the world, this is what you wasting your time on?
Yeah, I know. Like, why would you? Some people put so much time and energy into this stuff, though.
No, they do, and I already know how hard that it can be. Like, anytime I get into something and I'm starting to look things up on the internet, and then the next YouTube video pops up, and then the next one pops up, and the next one pops up. Yes, it can be a rabbit hole, and you can fall down a dark.
You can.
path.
You can.
I've fallen into some rabbit holes before.
I've found me some dark holes where I'm like, ooh, like I'm going to throw my computer.
Into the whole rabbit hole.
I don't want to hear it.
Of Britney, when they said Britney wasn't really spinning around in her house in the videos,
bro, and some of that stuff was like, damn.
The way they were saying that whole thing was like AI generated, and I'm like, yeah, where is Brittany? Well, the bitch is in Vegas because she just showed up in Vegas and slapped and tried to got slapped.
The bodyguard
and acted just as crazy about the whole situation.
There goes Brittany. She is alive. She's not no AI.
She ain't dead.
Her videos are not AI generated.
She ain't dead.
I wasted a whole day on that shit.
Yeah, but I think I just think people just kind of try. Like I said, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
You're doing too much.
You're seeing too many quote unquote symbols, and no, you didn't crack anything. Just please go sit down. And I really do think that a lot of times there's people who want to feel like they're more intelligent than they really are, and don't actually go out and get real knowledge to be able to.
And then that's the next thing, because I did even ask my friend. I said, "Well, where are you getting this information?" Twitter. And we all know how I've come for Stacey be telling me I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, Twitter is not a news source.
I get my
Twitter
information
is not
from
a news source.
TikTok.
Cite your source.
And she said TikTok too. And I said,
and that's what I do.
Not a news source.
Anytime someone tells me something, I'm like, cite your sources.
Yeah.
Where do you get this information at? And if you tell me some social media bullshit,
like, bye.
Yeah, we're done.
Like, well, then you're not even smart enough to go look for real facts. So get out my face.
So yeah, if you're just seeing stuff on social media,
it's
then
not real facts.
Well, listen. All this to say, I know y'all think I come up with bullshit all the time, but I keep telling y'all the aliens are real, and now I've cited my source and I sent it to y'all.
Yeah, and I listened to it, and it was a whole press conference, and
I've been telling them about these damn aliens.
There is life out there,
and y'all don't believe in me.
No, I'm not saying that there's not. Like I said, I've always believed there was other intelligent beings out there.
Are they coming to us? I don't know.
They're
I
here.
don't know. They maybe just be curious like
as
we
long
are.
As it ain't another.
It's not like we're not as equally as curious to see other places. So.
As long as it's not an Independence Day situation or you trying to take over the planet, we good.
Yeah.
You do you, I'll do me. I don't want to see you. You don't want to see me. Just stay over there.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Stay where y'all at. We stay where we're at.
Yeah.
We can swap information with the government.
I'll just keep minding my own business.
Just talk to our government. I don't want to talk to y'all. Okay. But anyways, y'all, we had a bit of a topic roulette, as you can see.
We did
this week. It was but we had a couple of things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
It was a crazy week for.
It was weird.
Just the media. So we just want to talk about everything, but we are going to get out of here. It is Sunday and we are ready to go and finish out our Sunday and relax the rest of our weekend. So we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the platform you're listening on, and leave us a review.
We want to support local businesses, so if you'd like us to shout out your business, or if you have a topic suggestion, or even questions for our QA section, we want to hear from you. So reach out to us at letmefinish@gmail.com.
You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Let Me Finish. Don't forget that the E in me is the number 3. You can find me at New Jillian Who Dis on Instagram. Stacey, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Mrs. Cams01. I'm also on TikTok, Mrs. Cams01, MRSKAMS01.
And Janice, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Uniquely Janice, and Facebook and TikTok, I'm just Janice Housen.
Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you guys then.